Hey everybody, welcome to the 9 o'clock hangout. We're going to do a real short one today because Trump fix in and he's having a live rally tonight at 9 o'clock. And when that takes place, I can let it run, but I want to watch the rally. What I've been doing today, I've been painting on my airplane, and I'm getting close. I just was looking over some inking layouts, and I got one more yellow stripe to paint on this thing. I'll bring it up here and you guys can see it. We got nobody on as of yet, but I'm sure we will. It seems to be a pretty popular thing. We've had quite a few in here. Let's see, I need to bring that up on the television so I know when it's on. So let me do this. We want to go back here. First we go home. And we go to history. Yeah, there's
Order passenger planes can go two places. Some
now
sink
I
to the
need
desert to be parked, or they're converted into freighters, saving them from the parking lots
find
and replacing
the
less efficient
remote.
freighters.
Got all these remotes. There it is right there. Mute and play. All right, we got that going, and when it comes on, I'm going to end the stream, or I'm going to step out of the stream or whatever. You guys can hang out if you want. So let's get the airplane up here. Well, Tom Creasy just asked if I was running it. And I said yes, and I put the link, and he's still in here. I don't know. That's what it looks like right now. I'm working on the yellow stripes on this right now. We got a live broadcast, but nobody here. What the heck? We might just cancel this one due to lack of interest. Yeah, we got one viewer now. I wish they just come in the chat. Let me open the chat up and see what's up with that. Well, I don't know who's viewing. I wish you guys would just run your webcam and talk. It's a whole lot easier. As I stated earlier, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but when the Trump rally comes on, I'm going to step out. If there's people in here watching and listening that can keep the chat going, that's fine by me, but I'm going to mute my microphone and watch the rally.
How's it going, Sparky?
Hey, pretty good, Gerald. I don't know if you heard or not, but we got a Trump rally coming on here. And when he comes on, I'm going to mute my microphone and watch it, but I'll leave the chat run and you guys can chat.
Interesting. Got your email there. I'll try to get that out to you tomorrow.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I mean, I think.
Wellbe of Canada Post goes on strike.
What's that?
The Wellbe of Canada Post goes on strike.
What do you think of it?
What's that? The strike?
No, my.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a gorgeous machine.
Yeah, see if I can run the camera controls a little different here. Webcam. Of course, you don't want to work.
Yeah, I was going to go get one of those today, but we actually had a sunny, warm day, even though I had 30-mile-an-hour winds. So we spent the afternoon on the Harley.
You're not sitting in the same spot, are you? You're in another place.
Yeah, I'm in my computer room for right now, and I'm going to go down and work in my. Still working on engines.
You have a disease.
I've been told that before.
Man, you got a lot of airplanes. I didn't think anybody had more than I did.
Yeah.
Well, there's a World War II P-40,
Nope.
47. Yeah.
I bought that off a guy. He belly landed it on the Maiden, so it was scratched. He didn't want it anymore, so I picked it up for his son. Yep.
Got a Piper Cub in there.
I built that from a Great Plains kit back in '94 in a Maiden, and I lived in a place called Rocky Mountain House. So it was close to an airport where they rebuild airplanes and stuff. The guy that I bought actual Randolph dope for that thing. I still got it in the basement.
I'm going to turn my mic off for a second. It looks like somebody's talking up there. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, he ain't ready to take stage yet.
Is he in your town?
No, he's in Washington.
So that's where the riots are then.
Ain't no riots.
No? You know, it's kind of getting interesting the way people are nowadays.
Well, I'll tell you what I just found out. Obama's just ratified a trade treaty without Congress here.
That's kind of what he does, isn't it? He just does whatever he wants.
I'm really concerned.
Yeah. I bet. Nobody knows what the hell the deal is. Yeah, we had a prime minister like that called Maroney. He did the same sort of thing and didn't work out so good for Canada.
Well, they're moving to this global governance.
They're trying, yeah, but I think England is the first step of the end of that.
Yeah, well, Obama's on his way out, and he's going to do everything he can to undermine what we got going here.
Oh, yeah. I just hope Canada doesn't vote for Trudeau twice.
That guy always I mean, I don't know him. I don't live in Canada, but he always reminded me of some wheezy little faggot.
That's exactly what I call him, but usually not on. I call him a greasy little. Oh, there we go.
Well, you live in Canada. I don't, so.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and I live in Western Canada, and none of us can stand the son of a bitch.
This ain't bad. It's got a few problems. When it gets a clear on it, it'll look pretty good.
Pretty good. You got anything I got beat? So you did actually. I wasn't sure about that yellow when you mentioned it, but now that it's on there, it looks all right.
Well, it really needs a green on it too. So it might get a green stripe.
Well, look at that.
Oh, here comes Steve Miller. I got to listen to this guy talk. All right?
Sure.
Just hang out and wait for somebody else to come on. They'll be on.
Sounds like a plan.
To elect Donald Trump.
That's Rance Priebus.
President and Vice President of the United
States. But I can't run this. I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, that's right.
Donald Trump.
Well,
It's the same battle that founded.
I'll just pause it and watch it in a minute or so here. You there?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
going to be an interesting election you guys got going there.
Well, I don't personally think that Hillary has a chance.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, because you had enough of that bunch.
However, I do think, you know, that's in a fair election. I do think they're going to try to do something funny. Because they're bringing in 500 UN inspectors to watch the voting. What we need to do, and it's, you know, they're worried about voter hacking. All you got to do is unplug the computer and let's vote with a paper ballot.
Well, that's how we still do it here.
I mean, it's real simple.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't want to be hacked, unplug the computer.
Yeah, our illustrious leader is trying to change how we vote too. So, and there's no referendum, so he's another dictator.
Well, see, if we lose our freedom here, there's no place to go.
I know.
Because you guys don't have, you're not, I mean, we don't have hardly any freedoms left.
No.
But
you got more than us.
yeah, but we got more than you.
You got the right to defend yourself and your property. Although our last prime minister clarified self-defense, so we can actually do that now. If you defend yourself in Canada with a firearm, you'll be in more shit with the cops than the guy that was trying to kill you. I just won an engine on eBay. I paid $12.77 Canadian for it.
For what?
Just a little Jim Walker 049 I wanted for parts. $25.85 to ship it.
How much?
$25.85 Canadian to ship it. So it's $38.63 total.
You know, you were saying something about self-defense there in Canada. You know what this is?
CA.
And a squirt gun. Think about it.
Mm. Yeah, I got firearms, but the restrictions on the handguns is brutal here.
Well, I'm just, you know, there's so many things, especially the modelers. have and do, they would be really hard pressed to take this country over. I mean, if you think of all the RC guys flying drones, yet we got our own surveillance, crew, and then CA and just all kind of stuff. It'd be tough.
Yeah.
I'll paint this up real quick.
That plane's actually got similar lines to the one I was showing you yesterday.
This is not one of my best finished airplanes.
Well, it looks better than my best finished airplane.
It's come out with a few problems.
It looks very, very similar to that one I showed you yesterday. I was just noticing that now.
Yeah. What do you do for a living?
I'm a process operator for Shell.
A process operator.
Yep.
What is that?
I run I just run the plant. Outside,
Oh.
we swing valves and we go and monitor everything, make sure everything's running, and I also run the panel. So I sit on the panel and I run the plant from there as well.
You don't do anything then.
Most of the time, no. The job is 98% boredom and 2% panic.
And probably paid really well for doing nothing.
It does, but the responsibility is very high. And the shift work is it literally shortens your life. So, and if you have any work etiquette at all, like when I work outside, I'm usually busy all day, and we work 12-hour shifts. So there's always something to do if you go looking for it.
Well, the bad thing about being a Harley mechanic, it pays $50,000 a year. It's not that great, but it ain't bad for anything. But you got to have $250,000 worth of tools and 20 years experience.
Yeah.
And it's hard work. I think so.
Yeah. Not as hard as snowmobiles, but it's hard work.
Well, I think if I had to do again in my life, I'd do something different, like be a draftsman or not a draftsman, an engineer, or something along that line. Some kind of do-nothing job.
Well, that's why I changed careers. In 2002, I went out to the oil patch, and a door opened up for me, and I walked through it. And at entry level, I doubled my wages in the first year. So.
Well, all I know how to do is work with my hands. I mean,
it's funny when you go out there, especially nowadays, the young folks nowadays, you go out there and you see a problem and you fix it, they just stare at you. Well, we got people for that. So, well, why drag them in here for a 10-minute job, right? And probably why the young guys are trying to get rid of us old guys.
Well, you ain't very old, are you?
53.
That ain't very old.
Yeah, they say old is 20 years older than you are.
Yeah, that'd be pretty old. I'd be close to my dad's age.
Well, we can all hope to get there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I hope to get there. I kind of doubt it. But...
Yeah, you look back at some of the stuff you did when you were younger, and you're, yeah, I remember older guys saying, shouldn't do that.
Look on the on YouTube for Chris Rock. Type in Chris Rock police and watch that sometime.
Chris Rock?
Chris Rock police. It's just a short little thing. You could probably play it. And
Chris Rock police video.
Yeah, try that.
Oh, yeah. I see. I
wouldn't do that if I was you.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of these. He's actually pretty funny. I haven't seen this one. I'll save that one. How not to get your ass kicked by police.
That's right. You'll find it very funny. At least I do. I thought that I would just come on tonight, you know, even though I want to run this Donald Trump rally. Let me see here. Jump ahead.
And he says, how can I solve it?
That's
And
Rudy.
he looks at the problem of jobs. That we don't have enough jobs.
That's Rudy.
People aren't getting the raises they deserve.
I like Rudy, but I want my Trump fix.
Well, I got to say this much for Trump. You know exactly where you stand with him.
He's a typical New Yorker. Now you don't know the guy, but his name is Wendy Urtanowski. He lives in New Jersey. New York, New Jersey, same thing.
Who, Wendy?
Yeah. You know Wendy?
I've heard his name enough times.
He's a little different. And you got to understand how New Yorkers are. You know, New York, New Jersey, he's very straight to the point. Very, you know, it doesn't bother me at all, but it bothers some.
I think they call that being blunt to a fault.
Yeah.
I've been accused of that myself a few times. Well, it's better than somebody who's giving you a song and dance all the time.
My display driver has stopped working and recovered. Seems to be working to me.
Sounds like it's working. Looks like it's working. How many hours? How many hours get into spraying that airplane?
Oh, probably Probably 50, maybe 60.
That includes the prep work, yeah?
Include the prep work, 100. It takes longer to paint them than it does to build them.
It does, yeah. If you're going to go to that extent, yeah.
Well, in the last 3 days, I've been working on getting the trim on it. But you know, the trim takes longer than the paint job.
Yeah, you get a lot of masking, and of course you print off your designs too, and then you paste them on there. You see,
Right.
you spray into it.
Yeah, that does save some time. I used to tape all that shit off, or paint. I got, like,
Kind of like how I do it now.
yeah, I mean, but, well, I got one more piece of yellow to paint, and I'm done. And then it's ink and clear. Well, I might put some trim on this stuff here. I got stunthanger.com. I'm going to put on it right here. And my Wix decal on that side. It's still light. It's still 54 ounces.
What do you have in that for an engine? A 60?
Yeah, Super Tiger.
Yeah, I've been looking for those.
Yeah, I bet you have. eBay.
Yeah, I haven't seen one yet.
I was given these. I had at one time I had about 10 of them, but because I haven't worked, I'm really strapped for cash. I got to sell off whatever I got. I got to do what I got to do.
Can you get work as a mechanic again?
This town here is really strange. Let me explain to you what happened. I worked for Widman Harley Davidson for years and years and years. And they decided that they were going to sell off their franchise. So the guy came down from Harley Davidson and told Tommy, you're going to have to sell off your dealership or move. He said, okay, we'll sell $1.5 million. And he thought $1.5 million was a big deal, that nobody would buy it. Within 30 minutes, Gary Surdike called. He owns Surdike Harley Davidson and Dale's Harley Davidson, a bunch of the other Harley shops around here. Called up and said, okay, and they come down and wrote a check. I bet it didn't take a day to get the transition done. So they needed a master service technology technician in order to open up a new store. So I was bought with the sign. And I went to work for Surdike. I worked for him for 7 years. And his son-in-law took over. And they decided that I was too old and my insurance cost too much, and I made too much money. I was making $30 an hour. They said, I'm sorry, due to economic, this is when Obama took off. He said, I'm sorry, due to economic, constraints, we're going to have to let you go. We've made another decision. We're going to put in 3 MMI techs. I said, okay, great. And I left. They've had big problems down there. And they just want cheap labor. They don't want anybody that knows anything.
Yeah, well, but in the end, it bites them on the ass when nobody goes to them to get anything fixed.
They don't care. They do not care.
They don't seem to, do they?
No, the Surdikes are something else.
A lot of shops are like that now. You walk in, it's like being greeted by a Walmart greeter, and it's like, you just want to go in and get your shit and get the hell out. Everybody's as phony as a $3 bill nowadays in those shops. And they're so-called technicians, and you talk to them. I said, where's your machines at for doing up your engines? Oh, we send this out, we send that out.
Oh yeah, nobody does anything anymore.
Fuck, we used to hand lap the rods, both ends, and the rockers and all that shit.
Yeah, I came from the time you had to be a machinist, you had no bend allowance, and you know, or, you know, bearing fitment, you know, all that, but nobody knows nothing anymore. Most of them can't read a mic. That's a big C clamp with little numbers on it. Yeah.
Follow the dial, it'll tell you where it's at. Yeah. Yeah, I still got a bunch of that shit in the garage. All my dial indicators and my micrometers, and I don't like those digital bastards. I always use the vernier with the dial on it.
Mine are Starretts. All my measuring tools are Starrett. I got mics from 1 inch all the way up to 4 inch. And I got vernier calipers from 1 to 6 inch up to 12 inch. And then I have one vernier caliper that's broke that's 24 inch. And don't think that wasn't expensive.
I never had one 24 inch.
It's a big thing.
I'm trying to find trying to find anything that's not digital now. Holy shit.
Digitals are junk because their batteries are always, you know, go out. Same with digital torque wrench. Junk.
Digital torque wrench?
Yeah.
Really? I still use the old snap-on click.
Yeah, I got them.
Well, even my vehicles, I do my own work on my vehicles. I get them back. I took my wife's car to a dealer once when that bike accident, I went and busted a knuckle in my right hand, so I was screwed.
Right here. Here's a little snap-on ratchet and one snap-on socket. That's probably $100 right there.
Nowadays? Oh, yeah. Maybe more than that now.
Here's a 1/2 inch quarter snap-on socket I know is $18. Well, Trump is on. I'm going to kill the mic and watch him.
He will.
I'll be back.
He will keep you entertained.
You can hang out, whatever. Maybe some people will come in.
Yeah, I'm going back to my engines.
All right. See you in a bit.
Yep. Oh, Chris.
Hey.
He muted his mic so he could watch Mr. Trump.
Yeah, I see you there, Chris. Let me mute this or stop it. I'll stop it and play it in a minute. How long is that piece of granite?
50.
Yeah, that's not long enough. It's got to be 60.
Well, what I do is I just have a little piece of wood that extends it out just enough because because 90% of the time you're doing lost foam, and that 3 inches doesn't matter on either side. But it's up to you. It's fine.
Yeah, if it was 60 inches long, I'd consider it. I got the head, the back plate, and the drive washer here. If you want to use them, no big deal. But there's no sense in bringing that down here.
Okay.
I mean, what's that weigh? A couple 100 pounds?
It's like 78 pounds. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah,
I don't think it's over 150 by any means.
Oh, I wanted to tell you. Remember how we were talking about how you cut those stencils out of plywood to go around for the inking?
Yeah.
See these right here? Can you see them?
Yeah.
I cut them on my cutter with that plastic material, you know, the stencil.
Oh yeah.
I just put that material in my cutter, my plotter, and turned it on, and it cut them out, and it worked perfect.
Well,
I lost you. We lost you, Chris.
that's weird because I have you.
Say it again, what you said.
What material is it?
That's that Tom Morris, pattern material.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's for making templates.
Okay.
It's plastic, probably I don't know, 10 thousandths, 15 thousandths thick.
Huh.
I just put it up there on there and hit cut and spit it out, and you see the I don't know if you can see it or not, but
Yeah, I can't see the outline, but the it's starting to look like it's coming together.
let me see if you can see the outline. You see
Oh, yeah.
that?
Yeah. That's the way that looks nice. I had to make mine in a couple different pieces. Like each leg of the X is its own piece, and then I just joined it at the center, or the joint.
Yeah, I just put it up there and traced around it, and that was it.
Yeah, that's great. That's the way. I gotta call Tom and get some of that stuff.
I'm gonna outline the ones on the rudder too.
Okay.
I
got my new whatever he calls it now. It's not Lost Foam. His new name.
well, what's different about it?
I don't know. He decided it's like foam pattern. He just renamed it.
So it's a lost foam.
Oh yeah, it's no different. He didn't like the name Lost Foam, so Bob renamed it, and I don't remember what he called it.
Hey. Hang on a second, guys. I'll be back. What do you need?
No big deal, I'm still working on the process.
I got the camera in front of me.
What's atomic, three-letter word for atomic international time, the abbreviation?
Greenwich, but
It's 3 letters, it's an abbreviation. Atomic International Time.
EWN maybe. Almost got the camera knocked over, but we got that stopped.
You're saying to use foot powder and alcohol to get the oil out of those balsa?
Yeah, you get some Dr. Scholl's foot powder.
Yeah.
Get some denatured alcohol and mix it up into a slurry like a paste, and then paint it on, and then kind of wrap it up or whatever, and then set it somewhere. Slop it on real good, and then let it dry. And when it dries, the oil will pull out with the foot powder, and then just knock the foot powder off, and then seal it up.
You have to use denatured alcohol, do you?
Well, you probably try it with rubbing alcohol.
Well, I got methyl hydrate, but 99%, 99.9% pure.
Try rubbing alcohol or whatever.
I tried getting denatured. Jesus, they called the cops on me.
You could try acetone maybe.
I used to use acetone, but we just brushed it on, and when it dried, we scraped the oil off with a razor.
Well, mix foot powder in with it.
Yeah, I should try that. I bought some today. I went past a drugstore in this little hick town, so I came back and I grabbed some of that foot powder. That airplane there will be the test for that.
Hey, Chris, wasn't there somebody else building one of these?
Yeah. Bill Rutherford wanted to do one, but he's moving right now, so he's decided to wait on it. And then I think Bob McDonald's doing a little bigger version with a 75 in it, which I don't think is necessary. But
Why would you want it any bigger?
I don't know. I kind of told him, I'm like, I think, I don't know. I don't think he's going that much bigger. He's going like an inch per panel or something.
It's already 700 squares.
Yeah. It's too, yeah, I wouldn't do it, let's put it that way. Maybe, I tried to kind of talk him out of it at the Nats, but I don't know. There's a couple people, oh, and then Traxler's building one too.
Traxler was supposed to give me some of them carbon bell cranks or sell me some of them carbon bell cranks, but he got thrown out of the Nats before I could get it.
Yeah, that's not fun. Yep. Yep.
So you get thrown out?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a long story.
You got to consider the source, how he got thrown out, though.
Yeah. I'm trying to stay out of it.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him, but I don't know the whole story, so I'm staying out of it. Jeff's a good guy. I'm sure that things just got out of hand.
I like Jeff.
Now, me and Jeff have been working on a lot of stuff together lately.
Didn't he make your oven?
No, Steve Hines did.
Oh, Steve.
He helped. He was very, he made my prop. He's making my props. Well, Bob McDonald too, but he's got the mold for the one I was actually using at the Nats. I have a different prop right now I'm testing that Bob McDonald made. The one Billy had.
I want you to make me a 13.6 rev up.
We could do that. Give me one. Send it back up with some people from St. Louis or is this a 6 or is it a 7? That's a 6. Or 9.
What is the meat anyway? I mean,
The meat.
the meat.
16th and 17th, I think.
You can't wait till then for your mold.
No, I'm not coming down.
I know, but Schmidt is coming up.
I mean, I'll send you some money through PayPal if you don't want to pay for it.
Well, I'll put that head and back plate and the drive washer and a 13.6 propeller in there. But I got to thinking about my toe. I think I want to hang on to the toe.
Okay. That's fine. No hard feelings here.
But I want you to make me a propeller. You got any toe?
Jeff does. I'm gonna just give it to Jeff, and Jeff will make one. We got to use the material. We got some really good molding material right now, but it's only good for a year. So I got to send him another prop anyway, and I owe him a little bit of money. I got to get him. I was gonna send it to him today or this week, but I've been crazy busy at work and haven't made it to the post office yet.
Well, I want my my rev up back too. I don't want him to keep that.
Oh no, I mean you'll get it all back nice and shiny.
And I can't get that rev up, so
Yeah.
So I don't want to lose any of them.
No, you'll get it back.
Let's see if I got another one. Yeah, I got 13.6. I got 3. Another 13.6. Yeah, 3. I only got 4 more left. I mean, that sounds like a lot, but not really.
Well, I understand.
Where's your wife? She should be doing that.
She went to sleep already. She helped me with a few, but I told her she has to at least cut one panel out. Because we'll break tradition if we don't. I don't know, with my luck, maybe I shouldn't let her do it.
Is that the same wing as this wing?
No, this is the original Junior wing. I'm just wanting to make an identical plane to the yellow one, but with the capability to put bigger pipes in it. We have a lot of limitations with the yellow plane. We can't put bigger props in there, and we can't put bigger pipes in it because the gear's so short, and the pipe tunnel's so small.
Well, what's the difference between that and this one? Is that a thinner wing?
Yeah, it's thinner. It's a USA 1 wing.
Which this is very close.
The tip ribs are the only difference. So, well, the tip's different. So all the ribs sequentially are different. That is a 2-inch tip. This is an 1.5-inch tip. In the sense of thickness.
Right. Why did you want to change that out?
I just want a base 0 on the yellow guy because he flew so good. We can't put anything bigger in him. So I don't want to. This is I'm gonna really do it right, but it could just be a test project.
Yeah.
I already have 2 of these wings. I didn't want to build another one.
So what did Billy do? What is this wing out of?
This is the Geo wing, Geo XL wing. Billy's got one of these he's gonna finish this year. It's covered, or it's the wing's done, the fuse is done. He just has to glue it together and finish it.
Same airplane as this?
Yeah, it looks different, but the exact same numbers.
Well, my numbers are different than both of you guys'.
Yeah, his numbers are the same as my last year's airplane.
What is your tail moment?
16.5.
And the nose?
9 5/8. One of them is 16.25. I don't remember which one. I did one a little shorter because the other. It must have been the one piece is 16.25. And then I have a third airplane I'm going to build this winter that has it has an in-between tip that has a little bit of sweep forward on it, or swept forward trailing edge.
This is 10.25, 16.
That's really close to what this one's going to be. This one's going to be 16.5 and 10.25.
But my motor is set back 3/4 of an inch.
So will mine. Mine will be 5/8. I mean, we told you the way we wanted to go. I told you what we thought was wrong with them, and you're fixing it. So, but you went the other way. You got even more nose heavy because you put a bigger motor in. You probably could have stayed where we were at.
Well, I should have extended the tail another 1/2 inch probably.
Yeah, if I would have known that you're putting in a 12-ounce engine, I would have said something. I've never had a Super Tiger, so I didn't know it was that much heavier.
But we're still at 54 ounces, so I mean that's really where it's at. How much does it weigh? And I can't change that spinner out. That spinner is really heavy.
Yeah, that'll help.
Oh, I was thinking about the fiberglass tank, the carbon fiber tank too. You got any more of those?
No. I have one. I have one for each airplane.
And
I'm gonna order another one. I think they're $65 or $67. I'm gonna order one that I can put a 75 in my take apart.
well, when you order it, because you know how to do it, order me one and I'll pay you.
Okay.
But I got.
What do you want? The 6 1/4?
Yeah, 6 1/4 ounce would be plenty. Oh, wedge, does that come Uniflow already?
Yeah, it's a Uniflow tank or a clunk.
Well, how do you change the clunk out?
You don't.
So you got to send it back to Kaz when it takes a crap?
I asked David. He said he hasn't had one crap out on him in I don't remember how many years he said. I think he said 7 years on one tank. Because I had the same question. And he said I really wouldn't worry about it.
You know, just the fuel rotting on that hose going up and down.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say you can't switch it out. He does have a nut, but it's GB welded. I'm sure you could pop that nut, replace the clunk, and start again, you know, and then JB weld it. I just figured if I can get 3 years out of a tank, I'll get rid of it, you know.
And how much does that tank weigh?
Oh, I don't know. It was under 3/4 of an ounce.
Mine is 2.5 ounces for the tank.
Yeah, this will be significantly lighter.
So that, I mean, I'm all depending on where to move, you know, where the CG moves to what parts to replace.
Yeah. I would start with the spinner.
I want to start with a tank, to be honest with you, because with the spinner only changes out 20 grams, but the tank.
Okay. I thought you had more.
But the tank would change out 2 ounces.
Yeah, but it's so far back. I bet you it'd be about the same moment.
No. No, I ain't going for that. I did set my tank back into the wing.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it's pretty far. Well, that's still going to make it even worse then. Because it's going to less affect the CG. But it doesn't matter.
Well, this airplane is really nose heavy as it sits right now. You know, of course it needs clear, but I only want to put on no more than 2 ounces.
Yeah. I can't believe it. I reweighed all those parts that I painted last night, that stab.
They got heavier?
No, it lost, was it 6/10 by just, you know, gassing off.
So your balance is right at the spar, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we measured it was like 7 1/4 or something. Does that sound right?
Can you see this? Are you watching this?
You're too low. I can't see it.
Oh, I see. Okay, let me move the camera up. I'm going to show you something. It's ridiculous. Okay. All right. My fingers are right there at the spar, which is approximately 7 1/4. And if I let go of this thing right now.
Wow. Well, I mean, fly it like that. I mean, if it turns, who cares?
Yeah, but if I can take 2 ounces off of it, off the nose, or 2.5 ounces off the nose, I mean, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
So order them tanks up. I'll get you some money somehow. I tell you what, give me a tank and I'll let you have the head and the back plate and the drive washer.
Well, it's broken, you told me.
The head is good, the dry washer's good, and the back plate will work, but one of the ears has been, opened up.
How do I fix the ear?
You don't need to, just put a screw on it. It's been over tightened.
Okay.
I might have another one too. I don't know. I'll look. But magnesium's real soft. The drive washer's new and the head's brand new and never been on a motor.
Okay.
So I'll trade these for a tank. That would bring this 54, that would bring it to 52 plus 2. It would come back to 54 ounces and probably balance a little better. You know, when I put Billy's Thunderbolt down for appearance judging, that thing was so light it was ridiculous. You go, wow, because it's so big and bulky.
Yeah. It is pretty amazing.
Still have to paint the trim on the bottom. Do you have Junar and all that on the bottom?
No, I had Hey June on it. My goal was always to have the plane make it from so my daughter could read it. I've never done it. I think it's a bad omen.
So can you wait for them mold, or you want me to send them?
Yeah, I'll send you some money if you send me all those parts. It'll take me a little bit to get Kaz's stuff because I'm still waiting to figure out what size tank I want. So I can send you the one that I pulled out of one of them. Will that be all right for now?
How big?
Sorry?
How many ounces?
6 1/4. It's the one you need.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just wanted to keep it because I was going to use it. But I won't use it till the end of the year anyway, so I guess, I'll give you that one. It only, I only had it for a couple months. And I'll get a new one.
All right, that's fine. I didn't mold up that other piece because I've been working on this, but I will try to mold it tomorrow so we get it out this week.
Okay, that'd be great. Yeah, because I'll get this wing done by the end of the week here, and then I'll be ready for that stuff. I'm gonna try to build this in 3 weeks.
Whole airplane?
No, just the wood, because I'm gonna be flying a lot too. But yeah, the whole airplane. The stabbing stuff's done. That was what I've been working on. And I already got all the bulkheads cut because I actually cut them for Billy's airplane. then Billy decided to change the way it looked anyway. He wanted to go to a little more jet look in the end, so I was like, fine, I'll use them. Yeah, like all this wood I sent to Billy, and he ended up doing a different thing. So I'm like, all right, I'm not complaining.
What does he think of Stunt Hanger Hobby Wood?
He thought it was good stuff. I mean, he went to Bob's, and they decided to do 16th-inch shells versus this is 077.
Yeah, right now this, if you look here, this bottom piece is 16th, and it's light, but it ain't gonna take no beating. This is 32nd here on this one.
For the sheeting?
For the bottom block or bottom sheeting.
Oh, okay.
This wing is all 3/32nd, but I got 77 thousandths for the next one.
Yeah, that's what I got here. Well, that's what I molded this afternoon. I molded the leading edge. 3 or 5.
Well, it seems like we're the only guys that are hanging out here. I'm hoping it takes better hold. There's 5 people watching, but only 3 hanging out. I don't know as if they just don't know how to do it or what.
They probably just don't want to say anything. They don't like us.
Yeah.
Just so anybody knows where you can get parts for these old antique engines, eh?
Mecca.
Mecca?
Yeah, the Antique Model Engine Association.
Okay.
Go on Stunt Hanger and put a post, and you'll probably have them in no time.
Yeah, mostly just looking for, well, I was trying to find gasket for that fan, and that didn't work out well.
So you like that idea, Chris, of cutting the stencils on the cutter?
I think that's one of the best ideas I've heard in a while.
I mean, it was. I was sitting here thinking, and I'm going, God, I cut one out of my hand out of this. I threw it out because it wasn't as good as this. But I cut one out of hand, and I was sanding on it, and I'm going, I wonder if I give this a try, if my cutter will cut this. So I went over there and queued it up and hit cut, and it didn't look like it did anything. When I got it out of the cutter, I go, well, yeah, it scored it. And I just tore it right out of there, and it was perfect.
Huh.
So I'll be doing that from now on.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I took that material here, if you can see it. This is the same material. I cut it 3/4 of an inch wide and put 4 layers of masking tape under it so that you can go around a fuselage or wing or whatever. This is the same material. Oh, what was that noise?
That was my email.
Oh.
I still don't have any internet in my garage, so I'm kind of... I did everything I had to do in the garage first, and then I came in here so I could hang out.
Yeah, we'll get this last piece of yellow put on, and that'll be the end of that.
That cutter you're using there, Sparky, what is that thing anyway?
It's a sign plotter if we're cutting vinyl.
Oh, okay.
What's the name of it, Chris?
Sure cuts a lot. Oh no, that's the software.
Right. I go look. Let me look.
They make painting 1,000 times easier. Like you can't imagine. Like you can do anything with it.
I watched
Like all those checkers that he has, you just hit print, and it cuts the whole thing out.
This is an MH871 US cutter.
Is that a 30-inch?
No, it's bigger than that.
Oh, I only got a 30-inch.
30-inch should be ample for models, eh?
I think I only got a 30.
It's 35 inches.
Oh, maybe mine is that. I don't remember. It's got to be close to that.
Mine is the 871. That's close to the number. But it was relatively inexpensive.
Yeah, I split mine with Mark McKinney. We bought it, and it's $350.
Yeah, that's what this one was. Same.
So
Yeah, we
basically,
must have the same one.
so it's like a sign cutter then.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is.
And you just buy paint masks material, and it just cuts. It's amazing. It doesn't cut through the backing. It just cuts through the front. Like it.
I was watching him
How
use
deep you push the blade, so it's all there, and all you got to do is just peel off what you don't need.
I was watching him use that stuff on that shoestring he built.
Yeah.
I'm in hawing about that ever since.
It's pretty amazing.
Well, the reason why I got it is I painted those airplanes for Tom.
Oh yeah.
And the sign shop wanted $25 an airplane. Well, I had 10 airplanes due, so that's $250. And I thought, you know what? This is not smart. Why not just get the cutter and do it myself?
Yeah, it comes down to that pretty quick sometimes. And more, you're always painting. There's like every month you're painting an airplane. So.
And the neat thing about it is, I don't know whether Chris knows it, but you can find something on the internet, a picture,
Yep.
Yeah.
turn it to a vector graphic, and cut it out in a heartbeat. It doesn't take, you don't have to be an artist or nothing, just
Yeah.
copy,
You
paste.
find a JPEG, trace it, and call it good. That's all that Falcon is. I just found it on Google Images and said, that looks cool.
You just swipe it and print it, eh?
The chicken?
The chicken. Fresh off Google. The fighting chickens.
Yeah, this ain't my best paint job, but it'll be all right. It'll be good enough for the first one.
You build more of those things?
What's that?
Want to build more of those things?
I'm gonna build another one.
Yeah. Steve Thomas is trying to get in again.
Yeah, I see him. Gonna turn your camera on, Thomas. Turn on the camera.
see some guys using 4-stroke engines in the control lines. I think I know the answer, but what do you think of those?
Too heavy.
Yeah. Be good for a scale ship, I guess, eh?
Yeah, it's what I'm going to use on my scale chipmunk.
So the scale when you're in competition, that's pretty much for a pretty airplane, right?
No.
No?
The airplane has to be built exactly like the 3-view. It has to have all the same markings that the 3-view and your pictures have. And then when you're flying it, I mean, the maneuvers are not like Stunt where, you know, it's a lot different, but it's a combination of both flying and building.
Because I kind of know. Seems like the scale guys aren't as concerned about weight.
No, they don't have to do anything with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I watch some of them flying, and they don't do much with them.
I wish I could get a perfect paint job just one time.
What's wrong with that one?
I had some separation in some spots where the silk spans pulled up.
Yes.
And it,
So you use
Nobody-
butyrate from beginning to end, eh?
what's that?
You use butyrate dope right from beginning to end, eh?
Right. I think the reason that I had a problem with this airplane is because I didn't stick with my normal routine of clear dope and DC 540. I added in that Brodak filler,
I tried that once.
and I don't think, I mean, I think that's what did it.
Probably doesn't have enough plasterizer in it or something.
I just found it evil shit to sand.
I miss Aerogloss. Aerogloss over there never had these issues with it. I got 2 quarts of Aerogloss, but I don't have any thinner. I might try thinning it with acetone.
One panel has been traced. On to the next.
You got them cut out too?
No, just traced. I mean, I just started when I sat down here. I had molded the top shell, and that's where I've been. Or I'm sorry, molded the leading edges.
So it's no more lost foam, huh? It's some other name.
Foam form building or something. I think it's foam form building.
Give me a break.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, it's not actually lost foam.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I guess it is. Whatever.
Same shit, different name, eh?
He's changing it after how many years? 20-something years?
Yeah, probably.
That was the first wing that had it. I think the GeoXL was the first one. I could be wrong though.
This thing has some problems, and if I was really into it, I would fix those problems. But I haven't finished an airplane for myself all year, so I'm just going to finish this out and fly it. And if I like it, change what I'll change anything I got to change for the next one.
Well, and it's dope, so you can go back and work on it if you want.
Oh no, I don't do that. I'll build another airplane.
You'll sell that one to somebody not as fussy as you.
I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but where I pulled the tape up, you can see that the paper separated in a couple of spots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You ever get that?
Well, I don't use silkspan much. Well, oh, yeah. What happens? But I fill it with super fill because I just rip the whole paper off, and I just quickly fill it with super fill.
Yeah, that'd be too heavy.
Yeah. It doesn't happen much.
What happened on the flaps?
Oh yeah, I don't do it on flaps. I do well, I did on this last plane because you convinced me to try it. But I did. I'm doing silkspan on all the control surfaces versus
Veil?
versus veil, which I normally do. I'm still gonna do the fusin veil.
Yeah, well, do the flaps and then make up your mind about the fuse, because you use so much less dope with just tissue instead of that carbon veil.
Yeah. The carbon veil is so much more forgiving, though.
Yeah, but by the time you sand on it, you don't have anything there.
You're using a carbon fiber and you're doping that on?
Yeah, it's a veil.
It's what I used to do, but I don't do that no more.
The main reason I'm not doing it is because I'm finishing three airplanes this winter. And the stuff cost a lot.
Take it you're upstairs in your house where you do all that spraying, is it?
Yep.
Does it migrate downstairs or?
No.
That's upstairs?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought you were in the basement or something.
My whole second floor is my shop now.
The upside of the leaky roof, I guess.
It rained today, and I didn't get any leaks, so.
Sweet.
But it wasn't a big rain, so I don't know. I got the window open, and it just kind of goes out.
How cold does it get there in the winter?
How cold? St. Louis is not as bad as Chicago, and the damn sure ain't as bad as Canada.
The Republican nominee for President of the United States,
Well, what happened there?
Donald J. Trump. Mr. Trump, it is a pleasure. Thank you for coming.
The Trumpmeister.
Well, that other stream must be over because it reverted back.
What time is it?
It is 10:30. Looks like I'm going to have to wipe the ink lines off the bottom here. They're kind of squirrely.
How come you're inking this early?
I just ink as I go.
I don't like doing it that way because I always mess them up. I try to do it all in one sitting.
Well, I'm doing it all in one sitting. That was the last piece of paint to do, and now all I got to do is finish the ink on those 2 stripes, and I'm done.
Do you seal it with clear, or do you?
No, you just keep your hands off of it.
That's why I do it in one sitting. I can sterilize the room, get it all prepped, and just do it.
I like to see what it's going to look like, too, as I go. Lines on the fuselage are painted on. They're not inked. These big, thick lines up here.
That ball link you said you guys use, that's the 440 for the 256 rod?
No, it's 440 for the 440 rod.
Okay.
And we use titanium ends in a carbon fiber push rod.
Yeah, I tried getting some carbon fiber push rod, and our hobby shops are all they got is quadcopters and damn car stuff now.
You can buy all that stuff I'm telling you from Stunt Hanger Hobby.
Yeah, that's where I get them. But I don't have him put those inserts in it only because I got all these other widgets in there. But he just sends me the carbon and the ball links.
So what do you use for, to screw the ball links to?
I have some threaded 3/32. Well, I have a bunch of, I have angles in there to clear certain things with the way I put bell cranks in. And then I wrap that joint in carbon fiber toe.
I got Kevlar thread for that.
No, well, I'll show you. It's I'll do like a 1-inch rise Z-bend with a 1-inch rise.
Right.
So I'll wrap that whole thing and basically make a carbon tube around that joint.
See this thread right here? This is
Kevlar.
Kevlar, and if you try to break it, you'll cut your hands.
How do you have like those special scissors? I heard that stuff's ridiculous.
I use a razor blade.
Okay.
But you don't want to, try to break it by, between your foot, one side and one hand. It'll cut your fingers off.
Wow.
I use that to sew ribs together. You sew from the top of one rib down to the bottom of the other, and you go down from tip to tip, and then you turn around and come back, so you end up with the ribs X'd like that. It weighs nothing, and it's just like having a spar in it.
Huh. Did you do that on that one?
On this airplane here?
Yeah.
No.
What was the reason you didn't do it?
Because I'm building exactly like yours.
Oh.
And if it doesn't work, I'll build it exactly like I want to do it.
I'm sure there's going to be things you're going to want to change, but it'll be close. It'll be really good.
I think the biggest thing that's going to help is when I get that tank, you send me that tank.
Yeah.
Because I really like the way yours turned, and now that I think about it, with as nose heavy as this thing is, it ain't going to turn. Even if I add solder to the tail, and make it tail heavy, you still got all that weight in the nose.
Yeah, that's the whole concept of this airplane, is to get all the weight out of the tail and see how much better it is. What I'm doing now.
It was funny.
Go ahead.
That airplane your design?
Sorta. They're all Billy's design. I just kind of kit bashed a bunch of different concepts together. But yes, I guess you could say it's mine in a way.
This is Bill Werwage Aerodynamics and your aesthetics.
Yeah.
Along the lines of the franchise twisters, are you saying?
It's actually closer to the original model. There's a lot of aesthetics to it, and Billy was very instrumental in it. I mean, we talk at least 3 times a week about things we're working on and troubleshooting different things. I'm going out there again this weekend, I think. We're gonna put the 75 in that airplane that he has there, but my take-apart version.
They're making those PAs again?
Yeah, that's why we're doing it, because we're trying to sell some of the pipes. So we've been doing a bunch of testing to get better pipes than what they have right now.
You can figure out how to make them weigh half as much, so it'll be great.
Well, ours weigh nothing compared to what Randy's do.
I know, but whatever they are, they're still too heavy.
What do you mean? You haven't even seen one?
Does it weigh less than an ounce?
I could weigh it. I don't know. I don't really care. They help a lot.
So it's just the 75 he's making, is it?
Yeah. Randy's just making 75s. I got one coming.
Yeah, a couple of guys in my club are trying to get me to buy them.
I think the order's closed, but you shoulda.
I got one coming.
How much are those things, U.S.?
500.
Whew.
Is that what they were, Chris?
He disappeared.
Oh.
So 500 U.S., so that would cost me around $700.
Well, they're proud of your money.
Hey?
They're proud of your money.
Yeah. Oh, we were doing good till the oil prices crashed. Now he's back.
My computer died. I went to my phone.
How much are the motors?
500.
That's what I thought.
They're the best motors you can still get.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced they're better than the PA65, but that's why I'm going out there this weekend.
What does Billy say?
He thinks it's better.
I know it's better. I've had them all.
I think it's gonna be better for that airplane than for the GeoXL wing. I'm not convinced it's gonna be better for this thin wing.
Well, that thin wing airplane is going to have to be super low.
Yeah, that's why I don't think the 75 is gonna work. I think it's gonna be over, like, it's gonna just be too much engine, you know. Too much plane. Sorry, too much motor.
What does Billy say that it needs to weigh?
This one?
Yeah.
His is 58.
That's pretty heavy for that thin wing.
I almost made the team with it.
I know.
I'm shooting for 56.
I know you guys are probably going to shudder when I ask you this question. But I kind of like my classics, and I'm probably on my way to doing what you guys do. I got a Super Clown, and I stretched the fuse on it 2 inches because of some luck I had with a flight streak that was stretched 2 inches. But it does have a very thin airfoil. What do you think of that idea?
Got to be low 40s.
It will be.
Everything will work and work well as long as it's light, straight, and rigid.
Yeah.
For me, high emphasis on light.
Yeah. It'll be under 40. Of course, I guess the science of the day, your trailing edge and leading edge and the stab and wing really are like 3-4 inches apart almost in some of those old birds.
How much did you say that tank weighs, Chris?
I don't know. I gotta go weigh it. Now you're making me feel like I gotta be right. I feel like 3/4 of an ounce.
Well, that's close enough. So,
But it could be 1.25 ounces though. I don't remember. It's one of the two. Just remember 1/4. It's either 1/4 less or 1/4 more than 1 ounce.
so we'll say 1.25 ounces. That I'm at 54.30 now. Minus 1.25, 0.5 would be 53. And if I take off 20 grams off the spinner, it'd be 52.80, 52.85. That'd help me a lot because then I get 52.85 with this airplane, and if I added 2 ounces of clear, which would give a real nice shine, that'd be 54,
What about a carbon fiber spinner?
I have them here. I have a couple of them. But the problem is I sanded this nose, this shape, in the arc of this spinner here. And I put this spinner on, it looked goofy.
Ah, see. with the emphasis on weight, I'm surprised I don't see more carbon fiber spinners on them.
I got one spinner that weighs nothing. It's 0. And it's probably the right shape. I bought it from Doug Moon. But it's not true. It runs out of true and it makes everything vibrate.
Yeah, he doesn't even run them.
To Meslick. This thing here.
So compared to Stunt, how's the scale? Like how big is it?
Stunt is the biggest event. There probably was 30 guys there in scale.
Yeah.
No, I wonder if this is the right shape.
Which one is it?
This is this one here, this Meslick.
Oh, okay. But if it doesn't work, you can't use it.
Well, I have 3 of them. I have this Meslick for a 3-blade, but I'm not sure that one's true. And I have another one that's red for a 3-blade. Now the red 3-blade one works, but I don't have a 3-blade.
Yeah.
Three-blade on a Super Tiger 60 just does not work good. The only prop that works good is that propeller I showed you. Rev up.
That's the old Super Tiger 60, the Bush engine, is it?
The V60.
The V60.
It's ball bearing.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah. I guess Tom Creasy's having a hard time getting on here. He's on and off, on and off, on and off.
So close yet so far. Eureka, my last engine. Make a base casting for it.
How much ink did you have on the wings for panel lines? Did you have any?
Yeah, I had a decent amount. If you look at the picture I sent you a couple weeks, the one of the one piece, you'll see.
That would be all I got left to do. I mean, I could clear this week. I got to put the XL on the bottom and the June R and my numbers, and I can do that tomorrow. That doesn't take any time to do.
So when you sell an airplane, somebody's going to be real busy sanding numbers off, right?
Not my problem. Yeah, it don't look bad.
only 3 more ribs.
And you gotta cut them out, pin them, and sand them.
I know. I'm not doing that. I try to just do this. Well, normally my wife is cutting these, so by the time I finish, I'm ready to pin them all together and start sanding. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm a person down tonight.
I was thinking about putting something on the leading edge, but you got them black checks on there, right?
They're just blocks. They're kind of like de-icing boots.
I think this thing needs some green on it myself.
Do them in green.
Yeah, I might. I have to think about it. Do you like my color combination?
Yeah, it looks red though, because the way the camera is, it doesn't look orange.
It's bright orange. This is red, and this is bright orange, and then the yellow, it looks white. But
Yeah, for whatever reason, it just doesn't look very orange. But I'm sure if you took it out in the light, you'd see it.
I guess I'll get some clear tomorrow and seal up the lines so I can Windex this thing. Like I said, I'm not going to worry too much about this one. We'll do a better one. I built this one in a month. How long did it take you to build yours?
I built 2 at once. I think. I don't know. I have no idea. I think I built both of them under 4 months. But the take apart took forever. I mean, because that took a lot of figuring out.
Did you build a nice box for it too?
Not yet. I gotta do that because I'm gonna go to that contest in California. David invited me out. I'm gonna go out there for a couple days and fly with David and then come back. So I'm gonna ship it, overnight it.
You gonna fly out there?
Yeah. We're gonna do some coaching and have fun.
You remember where it's at?
It really. It's about 2 hours from him or something.
What's the name of the field?
I don't know.
I was just wondering if it's Whittier Narrows.
That doesn't sound familiar. It's the Golden State Championships.
Oh, that's north. And Whittier Narrows is where I'm from. It were originally Los Angeles area. I know where he's Golden Gate Fields.
Yeah, so I got to build a box for that competition. All right, I'm done. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I think that's enough. That's a 2-hour stream. We'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, Daryl, that's the end. That's the end of this. Yeah, I see you, Chris.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
All right, good night. Good night, Daryl.
All right, man, take her easy.